Hi, my name's Nigel Foote. I live in Melbourne, Australia. I've been here for many years. Now, if you didn't know me and you heard my name or you saw it written document or a call sheet or something like that, you'd probably say, oh, I'm Nigel Foote. That's a very English name, very British. Foote's quite common in England. If you then saw me first, without knowing my name, and just looked at me and thought, okay, where's this guy from? What's his nationality? Now, that's happened to me many times because I get around a bit. I've travelled around the world. I've worked around the world. And quite often people would say, oh, Nigel, we thought you were British or English, but now that we see you, what nationality are you? So I say to them, well, have a guess. Have a guess, guys. See how close you can get. So I've had all sorts. Greek, Egyptian, South American, a New Zealander, maybe a bit Maori looking, that sort of thing. But what they never pick is that actually I'm a mixed race person, which means my ancestry is made up of two races. One is English, British, but the other one is Indian. The Indian in me, I don't know much about. The Britisher, the English side of my ancestry, I know quite well because I've been doing research for over 30 years. And not only me, but other members of the family have also done research. And we've been able to go back quite a ways, in fact, to the very late 1700s. So my British ancestor came from England, down south, the Dorset coast. Now, we know that he joined the military, joined the English or the British Army, if you like. The good thing about that is that the British were absolutely spot on when it came to the paperwork. So we have his military details, we have his pension number and all those sorts of things. So we know that he joined a King's regiment, and after his training he travelled the world basically as a soldier. In fact, one of the things that ancestor did, and his name was John Foote, was he was a soldier on a ship that brought convicts to Australia in the very early 1800s. And what a coincidence that we actually ended up from India, we travelled to England, and from England we travelled to Australia in 1971. Amazing. What a coincidence. I was blown away. But one thing I don't know, and one thing the family doesn't know, is anything really about our Indian side. The Indian in me. What's all that about? Well, I've never really worried about it because there's nothing there. No one's ever said, oh wow, you've got an Indian ancestor, I'd love to know more about that. When they know I have a British ancestor, they ask about, wow, how did that happen? How did he come to India, etc.? How did the family populate? And where are they now? Where have they moved to? A bit sad, but yeah, I want to find out more about that. I have a family of my own. I have 3 children. I have 2 grandchildren. I'd love them to know where the Indian in me originates. Who was this woman? Or who was the family? Now, I do know that John Foote, the original soldier, was stationed at Fort St. George. Now, Fort St. George is in Madras. It's still a fort. I've been several times and visited. You can go and visit the museum at the fort. It's absolutely a lovely little museum. And my ancestor actually married a woman who was had mixed blood already. She was the widow of another English soldier who died, whether he died in battle or died from malaria or a myriad of other things that you can die from during that time in the early 1800s in India. So he married her. Now, we know pretty much that she was of mixed race. She was most likely Portuguese and Indian, sometimes called Luso-Indian. So he married her. Now, we have some colour in our skin, we have colour in our genes, and in the family, so my mother and father, my aunties and uncles, my first cousins, second cousins, third cousins, other people that I've met from our family. Some are dark, some are fair. I'm probably in between. But this colour gene that we have is amazing. Absolutely amazing, because on my side of the family, there's only been that one mixed union, which goes back to my great-great-great-grandmother. So I'd love to know more about her. Now, unfortunately, what used to happen was that these mixed unions meant that, in my case, my ancestor was most likely Church of England. Now, to marry an Indigenous woman or someone who's not the same caste or whatever, they had to convert. They had to become Christian because they had to be married in the church. Now, what used to happen was that these Indigenous women, their names weren't recorded. They were given a name. They were given the name usually of Mary or some other biblical female name. Their caste wasn't recorded. Their address wasn't recorded. Which village or town or city. Their parents' names weren't recorded, or the family name. That's just how it was. So we just have to move on from there and try and do something to find out a little bit more. So I might not be able to find out exactly about my Indian in me, but this project that we're looking to create will hopefully open some doors or find, people who can tell us about their Indian in them. And I think that would be special. Really great to find out. Let's get, this documented and get some real stories. So I'd love to hear your story about your ancestry. I don't know, maybe you yourself married. You might be, you might have married someone. You may be European, you may be Anglo-Indian, and you have married someone, an Indian native. Tell us about it. Tell us about their family. What's it like? Or what was it like? The benefits, the positives, the negatives. Things that you wouldn't have predicted about marrying into a caste, an Indian caste. It could be a high caste, middle class, a lower class, or caste. I don't know. That's why it's great if we can get people to tell us their stories. Now you can do that. You don't have to do it on video as I've done here. You could record it as a podcast or share it with us as a story. You could write it down for us. If you'd like, you could even contact us by phone and tell us your story, and we could record it for you. So, I'd encourage people to think about it. The Anglo-Indian community, which is unfortunately covers a wide range of different outcomes with mixed marriages. The Anglo-Indian community is vast. It was at one stage estimated to be 3 million strong in India, but that changed. That changed particularly with partition, when a lot of Anglo-Indians, even though they had Indian in them, had never felt Indian, and they left. Most went to the UK. Others, a lot, went to the Commonwealth countries because they could easily get access there. So Australia, Canada, places like that. Lots and lots of Anglo-Indians. Now, Anglo-Indians were actually called Eurasians, but a lot of Anglo-Indians don't like that term. They hate the term Asian. I'm not sure why, but anyway, that's up to them. Of course, there were other terms before Eurasian. There was Half-Caste. Now, no one likes Half-Caste. I'm not particularly fond of it. But let's try and find the Indian in us all. And who knows, maybe we could find some amazing links. And I think ancestry is so important. I think it's a wonderful thing to know who your forefathers and foremothers were. So, have a good think. If you'd like to get in contact with us, please do. As I said, we'd love to know your story. And of course, everything's treated with confidentiality. It's about the Indian in you. Please share with us. We'd love to hear from you. This is Nigel Foote in Melbourne saying, see you later.